Hello students. In this video, we'll be learning about social problems and solutions. The social problems are dowry custom, brain drain, corruption, and drug abuse. Of these four social problems, we will be learning their solutions. You may have heard it in the newspaper or from your family members uh, how women are being burnt alive for not being able to fulfill her husband's dowry demands, how the bride's family is being physically and mentally tortured for not being able to fulfill those the dowry demands. So initially, the dowry custom started as a gift from the bride's family to the bride for her marriage, but how it turned out to be was a demanding of property by the groom's side, which was to be fulfilled by the bride's side at any cost. A dowry custom is common in male-dominated society or a patriarchal society and male-biased inheritance laws. Although the practice is banned in Nepal and in other countries around the world, it's still practiced and highly prevalent. It's also highly prevalent in the southern part of our country, the Tarai Madhesh region. So a dowry custom is to the bride side is forced to fulfill the demand by any means, be it taking loans or selling properties, etc. And if unable to fulfill that demand, the bride's family undergoes physical and mental torture, and even domestic violence. So the solutions are empowering and educating women so that they are aware that dowry custom is a bad practice and they need to defend themselves. Other solutions are forming campaigns and rallies to aware people against giving or receiving dowry, proper monitoring of such activities, and taking legal actions against taking or giving dowry. So brain drain. Another very common problem amongst developing nations is brain drain. A brain drain refers to skilled and intellectual people leaving the country in search of better jobs and facilities and opportunities abroad. Skilled manpowers are attracted towards developed country who will be able to afford them, provide to them with better incentives, better services and facilities, which is why they move abroad. So back in 2018, Nepal received $8.1 billion in the form of remittance. So if the country is receiving such large remittance, and um, and and to share you a fact, um, Nepal is the 19th largest receiver of remittance. So if such is the case, then why is it considered a problem? So although remittance is contributing significantly and a high proportion to the national GDP, it reduces human welfare and economic growth of the nation. It hinders development and the country lags behind because without its intellectual and skilled people, there will be no one capable enough to develop the nation, which is why the country lags behind. So brain drain is only a short-term solution of providing income to the country because at the end of the day, the skilled people will have to return to the country and develop the nation themselves. So some solutions are providing ample opportunities in the homeland, irrespective of caste, creed, religion. If opportunities are provided here, then the skilled people will not have to go abroad. Offering vocational training courses to the unskilled and even skilled, um, and providing proper jobs research facilities, so that the so that it won't take a long time searching for jobs and providing attractive salaries. Now, the third social problem in the existing in all over the country, all over the world, is corruption. Corruption is an abuse of public power and authority for personal gains and benefits. So instead of people uh, working for the betterment of the society and the country, she engages in misuse of public power and authority for his or her own personal benefit. Such problem or corruption delays the decision-making process, and the decision maker demands rewards in exchange of the work done. Some examples are bribery, nepotism, where people favor their own relatives, and misuse of government property. It weakens accountability, transparency, and good governance. The development works also slow down, and development plans are not carried out. So, a global organization working to fight against corruption is Transparency International. It was established in 1993, and every year it publishes an index, a corruption perception index, that shows the position of corruption of countries around the world. It sees a vision of a world free of corruption, and recently, in the time of COVID-19 pandemic, it's working on anti-corruption tracker to track countries and how countries are mobilizing or utilizing the funds they receive to battle COVID. So this is what the corruption perception index looks like. It ranges from 0 to 100, 0 meaning highly corrupt and 100 meaning no corruption. The New Zealand and Denmark stand on the first position with least corruption as least corrupt countries. In South Asia, Bhutan is the least corrupt, and Nepal stands in the 113th position, scoring 34 points. So altogether, what the report reveals is that those countries that have political instability, poverty, instability, backwardness, dictatorship, etc., lead to more corruption. So some causes and solutions are lack of transparency. People not aware of the means and methods of which government activities are carried out. To address the problem, we should launch awareness programs against corruption. Due to weak monitoring system of the government, corruptions are happening a lot, and the society is a weak and silent spectator. It can do nothing except just wait and watch. There's a strong networking of corrupt people and increase in greed and show-off. So what should we do then? The corrupt people should be publicized with necessary actions taken against them. Development work should be more transparent so that people know what's going on and how actions can be taken against them. And transparency should be there should be transparency in order to take part in elections. Another very prevalent problem amongst teenagers especially is drug abuse. Drug abuse is an illegal or excessive use of drug. It has negative impact on not just the individual taking the drug, but also on the society, because drug abuse often attracts other serious problems such as violence, stress, child abuse, drug trafficking, etc. It has negative impact on the health of the drug taker, and it affects his/her psychosocial behavior and loses respect from the society. Some examples of drugs are cocaine, heroin, cannabis, etc. The causes are when a person is under the influence of bad company or has peer pressure to take the drugs, uh, or if she falls into the trap of traders, drug dealers, if there's an attractive advertisement regarding drugs, if there is frustration in the family or problem with friends, these are likely to trigger the person to take the drugs. Its effects are that the individual may not be able to continue education. There will be withdrawal effect, meaning that even after stopping from taking drugs, there will still be negative impacts, and she may lose job and suffer from diseases like cancer, AIDS, etc. So the effects of drug abuse in family and society is that it increases mental tension in the family. There will be financial crisis in terms of providing costs of treatment and rehabilitation for the drug user, and there will be loss of peace and prestige, social prestige uh, of the family. Conflict may take place in the society. Sorry for the spelling mistake. Accident, robbery, kidnapping may increase in the society, and the society loses creativity and active manpower and will lag behind in developing developmental activities. Some solutions are implement strict laws against drug traffickers. There should be mass awareness programs. Everyone should be aware of what drugs are, how they are used, and what negative impacts are, so that people will be warned against taking it. Children should be provided with proper counseling. So teenagers especially should be counseled on how to deal with problems, how to deal with relationships, so that they are not forced to take drugs. Establish rehabilitation centers. So there are many rehabilitation centers working to help the drug abusers from um, leading a normal life and abstain from using drugs. Um, Love and support should be shown to the drug addicts, because if if they know that they are not alone and there are people uh, beside them to help them abstain from using drugs, then they are more likely to recover from it. Thank you.